Hello and welcome back to Dickin' Around Outdoors. Today we're going to whip up another Cast Iron Wednesday recipe, and July's theme fits right into our wheelhouse. It's camp cooking and outdoor cooking. So we're going to whip up a recipe that's super simple but super tasty. It's easy to make at camp. We're going to make green chili enchiladas. So let me show you what we're going to use today. The ingredients for today's recipe couldn't be simpler. We're using a pound of pulled pork that we have left over from a holiday smoke. We're also going to use a can of black beans. Now you can use plain black beans if you want, but today we're going to use Bush's Black Bean Fiesta, which is a chipotle sauce. And a lot of times when we're camping, we prefer to take the beans that have the flavoring already in them because it really is ready to go. We're also going to use green chilies, some cheese, which is the Kraft Mexican 4-cheese blend, some corn tortillas, and a local Chicago favorite, the Frontera Grill green chili enchilada sauce. We're going to cook all this up today in a large 10-inch shallow Dutch oven. So let's get the charcoal going. First thing we're going to do before we mix anything up is we're going to spray the Dutch oven with some Pam. Just make sure we have as little sticking, if we have any at all, as we can. Then we're going to use our pulled pork, and if you can notice, if you see, this is actually something that we vacuum sealed at home and froze. And this is a great way to package food up when you're camping. You can freeze it, throw it into your cooler frozen. It defrosts as you're traveling and helps keep the food cold. So a great way to do it if you have a vacuum sealer. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to put this into our collapsible pot here. Pot, I should say bowl. And then we're going to mix everything together. And we're just going to make a filling. This is 1 pound of meat. So to that we're going to add a half a can of the beans. A small can of green chilies. And our cheese. We're just going to mix that up. Today we're going to use corn tortillas. And if you've ever worked with corn tortillas, even these super soft ones, you know that they love to crack when you roll them up. So at home, what we'd normally do is we'd microwave them quickly or we'd steam them to soften them up. But we're at camp and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to do a little twist on these enchiladas, and I'm just going to break up the corn tortillas, make a layer in the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to layer this into an enchilada casserole. So let's start by tearing up the tortillas, layering them at the bottom of the Dutch oven. And there we have a decent layer, so we're just going to go ahead, scoop on our filling. And this also allows you to use more of the filling than you would by rolling up the enchiladas into a smaller Dutch oven, because this takes up less space. All right, we're going to go ahead, throw a few more on. Another layer of filling. We're just going to go ahead and put the rest in at this point. And now, because the only thing better than cheese is more cheese, now we've also added the Frontera green chili enchilada sauce. Here it is assembled. So we have the layers of tortillas, the filling, cheese, and green enchilada sauce. And we're going to go ahead, put the lid on, take this over to the coals, and get it going. So we're going to get the Dutch oven going. We're doing 350 degrees today. And then the rule of thumb is for 350 degrees, you take the diameter of the oven, in this case 10 inches, you double that, so we're at 20. And that's the number of coals that you use. And you put 1/3 on the bottom, 2/3 on top, so we put 6 on the bottom. We're going to put 14 on top because we're rounding. And we're going to cook this for approximately 30 minutes. Since the pork was already cooked, we don't have to cook it. We just need to get everything nice and warm and get that cheese melted. If you were using fresh pork, which you most certainly can, you would want to cook it for about an hour at 350. We have now gone for 40 minutes actually, just because we got tied up. Let's see how it looks. And I did rotate the lid and the pot every 10 minutes. Cheese is melted. It looks like the pork is browned up. I'm going to call this done, and it smells phenomenal. Let's dish a little bit of this up and see how it tastes. And again, since it's casserole, I don't care where I dish it from. Ooh, that does look good. Okay, let's see how our combination of barbecued pulled pork, chipotle beans, and green chili enchilada sauce tastes. It's nice and hot. The taste is great. Got all the great flavor. It's got everything. It's got the nice bite from the beans or the chipotles. So I say this is really good. One thing I might do is I might add 2 packets of the green chili enchilada sauce just to put more on there. I don't necessarily know if it needs it, but if you're a big fan of all the sauce, you might put another one on. But this is really, really good. It's super easy. So easy to make at camp. If you wanted to use chicken instead of the pork, absolutely no issue there. So I would say this is one we will definitely make again at camp. It's just off the charts tasty and easy. So, as always, thanks for watching. If you like the content, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. And take care, and we'll see you outdoors.